Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Sirwa, and I'm here to present to you today my uh, performance assessment for the WGU's D326 Advanced Data Management class. For this project, I've been asked to identify a business report that could be generated based on the DVD rental data set. So what I've decided to do with this project is to create a report that analyzes movie categories, counts by month. Obviously, you can do a whole lot more. You can go way deeper, answer deeper questions. But for keeping it simple, this is what I decided to do. Movie categories by month and counts. This will allow decision makers to see, okay, these are the most popular movie categories. Maybe we should stock up on these more than these ones that are less popular. All right, so without further ado, let's hop right in. Here's my code. The first part that begins with the SQL is part B. So we got to create a function that transforms data. So what I decided to do at the start is I'm going to drop with the function just in case it already exists. I don't want to work with something that's already out there and mess with it. So I'm just going to drop it, erase it, start fresh. So I'm going to go ahead, drop function if it exists, get month. And you see that performed successfully. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create the function. So what it does is it takes the a rental timestamp. Ideally, it's going to be the rental date, right? It comes in as a timestamp, and it's going to return it as an int. It's going to give you that month number back. The reason I went with month, the number instead of the name, such as May, June, July, is because it allows for easier sorting and working with the data. Later, when you get it, if you do deeper analysis, get it into Power BI, Tableau, you can do a calculated field that attaches a name to the number to make it more readable. But for this, the business users, they're going to know 7 is July, 5 is May, 1 is January. So I went with that because it's going to be easier to analyze. So let's go ahead and I'll run this code. It ran successfully. Let's go ahead and test it now just to make sure it came up. It's using now. So right now I'm in July. So it should return the number 7. And here we go. Get month returned the number 7 as an integer. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Let's move on to C. C is create a detailed table and a summary table. This is fairly straightforward here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, same concept as before. If the detailed table exists already, get rid of it. I don't want it. I'm going to drop it. And same with the summary table. I'm going to go ahead and drop that as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create the detailed table. It's not too involved. Like I said, I'm keeping it simple. So I'm getting the rental ID, I'm getting the rental month, the movie title, and the movie category. So let's go ahead and run this. That was successful. All right, now to make sure, let's go ahead and select all from it. It should be empty, but it'll give us the columns, and there you go. All right, same thing, summary table. Let's go ahead and run that. It's going to have movie category, the rental month, and the rental count. Let's go ahead and create that. All right, and now let's go ahead and select from it. It's going to be empty, but it'll confirm that we have the right columns. Perfect. All right, moving on. We're moving quick. Part D wants to see the SQL used to populate the detailed table. So we're going to clear the detailed table later with a procedure. But for now, just to make sure everything works properly, we're just going to go ahead and insert into detailed table. So I have it all sorted in the right order for the right columns. I got a whole bunch of joins here. The table has been really normalized. All the other tables, that they're pulling from. So I'm grabbing rental ID. I'm using the function, the user-defined function, get month. And then the title and the category name. So let's go ahead and insert. That was successful. All right, now to test. I love to test as I go. So test, let's pull. It should be about 15,000. Yep, 15,862 rows. The total report, the total rental table has just a bit above 16,000. I filtered it to 2005. That's all I'm interested in. So we have 15,000 something rows now, which is good. Okay, part E, create a trigger on the detail table to continually update the summary table. So the summary table is going to keep pulling information from the detail table, right? And so what we want is because we're doing counts, we need to update it. So we're going to clear the summary table. And then what we're going to do is reinsert into it with a new count every time. So I'm going to go ahead and create this trigger. And it inserts into the summary table the movie category, the movie month, and then the count, right? So we're going to go ahead and run this. Okay, query returns successful. Okay, now we're going to create the trigger. We got the function. Now we need the trigger to call the function. All right, so create the trigger. After there's an insert into the detailed table, for each row, it's going to execute the function. Let's go ahead, run this. All right, perfect. Successful. Let's test it. So we're going to first pull from the summary table. It should still be empty. We haven't added anything new yet. All right, it's still empty. And we know that the detailed table has a bit above 15,000 rows. So let's go ahead and do an insert into the detailed table. I'm just making stuff up here. Rental ID is going to be 9999. As long as it's an int, it'll be fine. The rental month is 12. That's December. The movie, Shoresy the movie. I would love it if they made a movie. And obviously it's going to be sports. So let's go with that. We'll hit run. That was successful. So now let's run the summary table. If it worked, we added a new row into the detailed table. That should have triggered the function to execute and populate the summary table. So now let's pull from the summary table now. Here we go. We have it. We have all the movie categories. Whoa. As you can see here, they're listed. I have it sorted by movie category, then month. So you can see action was pretty popular in July. Kind of dropped down a little bit in August here. And then animation picked up in July. July was just a popular month. Not surprising. Everyone's on vacation. Time to rent movies. But wonderful. So trigger works. That was E. Let's move on to F. So now we've got to create a procedure to refresh the detailed and summary table. So what I've got here is first things first, in this procedure, I'm going to truncate the detailed and summary tables. I'm going to clean them up. All right. I want to work with fresh stuff whenever I'm going to run the procedure. And then again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert into the detail table. This is the same exact query as before. And so once this gets inserted into the detail table, that'll trigger the summary table function to run and populate the summary table. All right. So let's go ahead and create this procedure. Let me just make sure I got it all. Perfect. Run. All right, success. Now, the last thing to do is to test the procedure. So I'm going to I called it table refresh up here is the name of the procedure. So down here, I'm just calling table refresh. When I tested this earlier, it took a little bit of time to actually run. It was a little bit of lag, so hopefully it goes smoother. Yep, it does this. Anywhere from 30 seconds to 2-3 minutes. So I apologize. We'll just hang out and wait for it to go. There we go. That executed. All right. And if we want to see what the detailed table and summary table look like, I'll just go ahead here and quickly select everything from the detailed table. All right, cool. And then the summary table, let's go ahead and pull everything from there. We should see a nice summary. Wonderful. Cool. And that's it. That's my report. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.